So if you don't like Harry Potter, I'm sorry, but you're wrong. Hey there, creepy peeps, and welcome to another Weird Wednesday video. On a whim, we're gonna do a Harry Potter tag because Harry Potter. I don't know, I just started to reread the series again for like the 12th time, so I thought I would do this. Because even though the books aren't scary, well, I don't know, it can be. It was scary, some parts were scary to me as a kid when I was reading these. I definitely talked about this before. This is my favorite series of books, favorite author, favorite everything is Harry Potter. Whole reason why I have as many books as I do right now. I just want to do this for fun because I can. It's Weird Wednesday video. I can do whatever I want. So if you guys don't want me to do this anymore or do these anymore, you guys can always leave me suggestions in the comments. Especially for Weird Wednesday videos. It can literally be anything you want. I know somebody suggested a tour of my horror movie collection, which I will be doing. That was a great idea, and I don't know why I didn't think of that before, because I've watched videos like that too. So thank you for the suggestion, and you will be seeing that soon. So anyways, we're gonna answer a couple of these questions about Harry Potter. As always, I will leave a link / a list of the questions in the description box. You can answer any, all, none of the questions for yourself. Whatever you want to do. So first question is favorite book, favorite Harry Potter book. My favorite one was always Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. That's the one I always read. That, like, I've read the series all the way through a couple of times, obviously, but that one individually I think I've read again more. I think it's because it starts to take a darker turn from there out, like from that book out, with like the Dementors and Sirius Black. Favorite movie. I think it's still Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. That's the one that's directed by Alfonso Cuarón. I think that's how you say his name. And I really like the style when she did the movie, and he uses a lot of he used a lot of comedy in that particular film as well, in his portrayal of the film. So I think it kind of balances out like the darker undertones and like the scary parts that are there, like he does really well, or the darker parts are done really well. So it's a good balance. So I think still Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Favorite book, favorite movie. Least favorite book. I don't really think I have a least favorite one, but sorry, I'm looking at I'm looking at the books. I don't know why, I know all of them, I'm just, probably, if I had to pick one, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix would be my least favorite, I guess. I don't really know why. Maybe because, spoiler alert, Sirius Black dies? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think that's a real answer. Don't take that as my answer. I don't know. I don't really have a least favorite one. Parts of the book / movies that made you cry. I distinctly remember when Dumbledore dies in the books, I cried for like 2 hours. Because once, I think starting with Order of the Phoenix is when I started going to like midnight releases for the books at Barnes & Noble, because I was old enough kind of to stay out that late and do that. Because I started reading Harry Potter like pretty much right when it came out. I think those books were published in 1998. At least the American versions, like American like covers and, you know, American, at least the US versions that I have were published in 1998. I'm pretty sure. I think it was just copyrighted in 1997. I don't know. But I started reading them in 1998 and I was 6 years old. I was in the 2nd grade. I was 6 or 7 years old. I was in the 2nd grade. And me and my mom, or my mom and myself, read them together every night before bed. I'm probably answering a future question, but so we would read them together when I was like younger, because obviously in the 2nd grade, like I wasn't gonna read something like that by myself. And then once I got to the 4th one, I was reading them by myself, and then so by the 5th one I was going to the midnight releases for the books. And so what I would do, like as soon as I got home from the midnight release party, I would just stay up all night and read it and just read it cover to cover. And that's what I did with Order of the Phoenix and or no, Half-Blood Prince. Jesus, I was just talking about Order of the Phoenix. Half-Blood Prince, I cried when Dumbledore dies. But yeah, I distinctly remember like crying into a pillow and the pillow just being like sopping wet pretty much when he dies. Because Dumbledore is my favorite character. Again, probably answering the question, future question down here. That's a part of a book that made me cry. Also, in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, when, spoiler alert, Harry Potter dies. So again, I was staying up all night reading it after getting it from the midnight release party. And I had to go to church the next morning. So it's a bigger book, so I didn't, you know, I wasn't quite finished by the time it was time to go to church. Like I literally hadn't slept, like I was just up reading this. And I had it in the car with me too. Like I was just like, I was gonna read it up until church started, stop and mildly pay attention in church because all I want to do is finish the book and then finish the book. That was my plan. So right when it was time for me to stop reading, Harry Potter dies. Like, is when he goes and sacrifices himself, effectively killing the Horcrux part. Seriously, Battery? Effectively killing the Horcrux part of himself in there. And so that's where I stopped at. So I didn't get to continue reading. So I was like literally bawling in church because I thought Harry Potter was dead. Parts of the movies that made me cry was the very ending of the last movie. Like when they like reprised some of the music that they used like at the end of the first movie, and it was kind of just like a nice bookend, and it was my childhood, you know, like, so I cried. If you could hook up with any Harry Potter character, who would it be? I don't know. I never really thought about that. I don't have an answer to that question. At least like I'm talking about like the characters, like the book characters. I don't have an answer to that. If I told you an answer, I would be talking about like the actor from the movie or something, like Neville Longbottom. Hello. I don't have an answer to that. I've never thought about it that way. Favorite character, Dumbledore. Also Hermione Granger. I think I've talked about that before. Like I just loved how she was just like so unashamedly herself and nerdy, and she's the reason why, well, that's actually J.K. Rowling for creating the character, but Hermione is the reason why I have all these books that I do now, like an overflow of books, because it's all her. What would your Patronus be? I don't know. My favorite animal is a tiger, so I don't know if it'd be a tiger. I don't really know what kind of animal it would be. If you could have the Resurrection Stone, Invisibility Cloak, or the Elder Wand, which one would you choose? Obviously the Invisibility Cloak. One, because invisibility, you can go anywhere you want and nobody would see you. Two, what is this question? Did you not read the books? Obviously the Invisibility Cloak is the smart one to have. The brother with the Resurrection Stone and with the Elder Wand both ended up dead. Invisibility Cloak shielded that brother from death, you know, until he was actually, you know, of old age and ready to die. Duh. What house would you be in? I'm in Ravenclaw. 100% always thought I would be in Ravenclaw. And then when I took like the most official quiz you could take, I guess, on Pottermore, I got Ravenclaw. Definitely Ravenclaw. If you could meet any member of the cast, who would it be? All of them? I would love to meet Emma Watson. Absolutely Emma Watson. I love her character. I love her as a person. Her as a person is like, she's one of my, if I had to, you know, one of my role models for sure as a human being. So Emma Watson. Would definitely not mind meeting Maggie Smith either, because she's a badass. Have you played any of the video games? I think the last one I played was like Goblet of Fire. I'm not great at video games, so I would always get stuck in certain parts and not know how to progress, or I wouldn't be able to figure out how to beat something. So that's what would happen. So I think the last one I played was like one that was like the Goblet of Fire, I think. If you were on the Quidditch team, which position would you play? I'd probably be a chaser. I used to play softball a lot, so I feel like my hand-eye coordination with being able to like pass the quaffle and throw it and things like that, I feel like I'd be decent at that. So I feel like I'd be a chaser. I would love to be a beater, that would be cool, but I am motherfucking scared of those bludgers. Those things are no joke. Were you happy with the ending? Meaning like the ending, like Harry Potter triumphs over evil and is able to live a happy life. Yes, all was well. Hello, great ending. If you're talking about the little like epilogue bit at the end, which some people were iffy about, like, yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah. I mean, the parts like, I don't know. Yeah, I liked it. I liked it. Ultimately, I liked it. I was gonna say like the parts with like the children's names and stuff, I was kind of just like, seriously. But overall, I liked it. Yeah, I liked it. How much does Harry Potter mean to you? I don't think I have enough time because this battery thing is blinking at me now. I don't think I have enough time to effectively answer this question, but without being too cheesy, and I'm so sorry if like you guys, maybe you guys might think less of me after you hear this answer, but it means everything to me. Like I kind of described before, Harry Potter is what got me, and I know so many other children, into reading. It was the first like real book I read. And I started to read it with my mom, like I said, so that it has that meaning to me, like that bond me and my mom had, you know, sharing these books and loving these books when we were reading them together. And it got me into reading, and it's the reason why I have way too many books for my bookshelf. I literally have books piled on the floor now because I don't have room. So it means it's like, it's literally part of my person now. It's part of me is what it means to me. So yeah, I could go on and on and on and on about that, but I don't have the battery life for that right now. So hopefully you enjoyed this random little video. I'm sure most of you out there like Harry Potter, right? All the comments are gonna be like, no, Harry Potter is stupid, I hate you, I'm unsubscribing. So if you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. And like I said, feel free to answer any and all of the questions in the comment section for yourself. If you don't answer any of them, maybe just answer what Harry Potter means to you. If it means something to you. Or if you want to answer the question. Anyways, feel free to subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more of my face and hear more of my voice. And thank you if you're subscribed already. And until next time, stay strange.